So if you've been involved with the stock market for a very long time, then you know that it takes a good understanding of not only the markets, but of human emotion as well. However, that's kind of easier said than done, especially when you think about work, family, school, and all the other responsibilities that we have. Finding consistent candidates to trade can be very challenging. In this video, I'm going to break down some tips and strategies to help you find the next big move no matter what season of life you're in. Coming up. Hey, what's up? Rob here with Wealth Builders HQ, where we bring you the best tips and tools for building your skills to develop wealth for today and well into the future. And on this channel, we do a lot of stock market analysis for long and short term, as well as recaps just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, one of the questions we get most from our Wealth Builders HQ community is, how do you look at where the stock market has been and determine where it is headed? So we have actually put together an entire free live training workshop that is all about finding the best candidates for today's market. And there's a section for the community, you, to bring your stocks to the event and have me analyze them for you in real time. This free workshop is called Power Hour, and it's taught every Monday live online at noon Eastern Time. I'll leave a link to it below in the show notes. So we'll start off this week in review with a review of the S&P 500. So for those of you that are not familiar with that yellow rectangle that's on the most current couple of weeks, maybe last month or so, I call that the dreaded box of neutrality. In all the trainings I do, it is the dreaded box of neutrality. We're in nothing more than a sideways pattern. We had a phenomenal day today. The S&P was up 30 points. The Dow was up a couple hundred points. Phenomenal. But the market, yes, it is above its moving averages. It has to break the top of that rectangle. So we needed to break above that 2743 level. If and only if it can do that, then we would consider some bullishness in there. I'm not saying not to take bullish trades. I'm saying caution is still to be kept on any type of trade right now while the S&P is looking like this. If we drop back down below the 2700, which is the bottom of the rectangle, we're in a different scenario. And of course, we have this overall bullish trend going on. As long as we can stay in there and keep pressing forward, we're doing good. So let's take a look at some movers and shakers from last week. So we're going to look at Apple first. Now, the orange bar represents Monday, represents Monday's trading day. And you can see we had this little drip down for 3 days. Actually, it's Tuesday. We were closed Monday. This little drip down, and then we pushed up. Why is what I call this movers and shakers? Well, we're back up near the all-time high, which is 190.37. If we could press above that all-time high, we could look for some legs. Right? We look at Amgen. Look at the move that it's made. Right? Nice, strong burst every day this week, basically, except for yesterday. Amazon, great gap up, all-time high after today, highest close it's ever had. And then we have Alibaba. Wasn't much for the whole week until today. We've got a $6 move on Alibaba. Now, Booking, which is the old price line, had been vacillating. We actually had it listed as a neutral. It's one of the few stocks that of the list of 20 that I look at that we do not have open in our power option plays right now. We actually have, I believe it's 9 positions. It's 9. 8 of them are bullish. 1 is bearish that we're holding right now. This one right here, we didn't have a position on because I didn't like the pattern it had up to today. I like the breakout on it. Facebook, once again, strong move to the upside. I love it. I like what it's doing right now. It's a little far away to say let's jump in today. We'll talk about that in the next section of what we're going to look for. And then Google, $35 move today. I mean, we're talking about a stock that was at yesterday, on Thursday, the stock was at 1081, and now we're at 1135. So 35, 20, 40, 50, 54-point move in the last 2 days for Google. So we've had some great ones. Now, guys, a couple of reports, earnings reports to keep your eyes open for, economic reports rather. Earnings. We'll do earnings first. We're looking at PANW, Peter, Apple, Nancy, William. Right? PANW has earnings coming out this week. So does RH, Robert Harold, and then YY, which is yellow, and then Avago, AVGO. In our newsletter, if you are a member of Wealth Builders HQ, you should receive a newsletter every weekend. You'll have all of the earnings reports that we look at that we consider to be the top ones. These are the 4 to me that are the most important. We're going to be looking to take some very specific trade setups, a futures trade setup based on companies like PANW, possibly on Avago as well, maybe one or two others. We look at hot stocks for this week. A lot of them are on our list right here. Apple, right? Get above the all-time high and look for the push higher. And we've got our resistance lines drawn with our Fibonacci levels there. So Apple's our first one. Amazon is our next. Right? We pushed above the all-time high. I'd love to see Amazon come down and at least with the wick, tag that 1638 all-time high and bounce and then take the trade. From there, we're looking at Alibaba, BABA, good strong push to the upside. If we go back and look historically, we are not quite at the all-time highs, but we're getting close. 206.20 is the all-time high that we have here. So if we can get above there, great, but just keeping your eyes open at that 206 level, it is a resistance point. And the last one is Facebook. Facebook, in all of the problems it has had in this massive bloodletting that took place, and then Zuckerberg coming back and talking with Congress in the US and talking with Congress or the Parliament over in Europe and fighting through those questions and coming out with changes in policy, whether you like them or not, whether you like Facebook or not, has nothing to do with it. What it has everything to do with is the economics of the company have come back very strong. Right from their earning, big gap up, strong move, and it's been that way ever since. Right, a little rounding bottom pattern and a strong move. If we look at volume, right, on Facebook, we had a nice surge yesterday. Today's volume's been about average on the move up. All right, so folks, keep something in mind. We've got some online workshops that we have that we do live workshops of, but they are recorded as well. So we are on-demand workshops. There's a discount on all of those from $99 down to $59. You need to have the code for that. And again, it'll be in our newsletter. You're going to get kind of an early version of it, and that code is Summer School. And you need to put the first letter of each word needs to be capitalized, right? So if we look at it right here, just so you get the right one, it's one word, Summer School, right? That's what you're going to put in there. So go head on over to Wealth Builders HQ and you can check that out, or you'll see it as you get the newsletter this week. All right, fantastic. I hope this update was helpful, and I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. And actually, if you want more insights like this, you could just go over to wealthbuildershq.com. I'll post a link to it below. Now, the question of the day is, what stocks are you going to be looking at for next week? Go ahead and let me know in the comments section below. So thank you for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't done so yet. And until next time, Wealth Builders HQ is bringing you the best tips and tools for building sustainable wealth in the stock market. Keep crushing it, and we'll talk soon. Take care, folks.